Shalom, Kahaloyim, La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Shalom to you fellow laborers out there doing the work in truth and in sincerity, especially during these times. Shalom to the few Akwaf that believe as well. A hearty shalom to you other laborers and believers that are scattered throughout the face of the earth, even if you're among the heathen and even like the heathen who are the speckled bird Israelites, to the household of faith, which the elect, I want to say shalom to you. This is the book of, let me grab this real quick, Exodus 11:7, and it reads, "But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue," excuse me, "against man or beast." All right, and in this video, all right, these Edomites, one was an Amalekite, and the other one was just, another Edomite. Was they the same nation, just Amalek being the head? But they were mocking and talking shit against Jake, and the Lord paralyzed both of them, one from the waist down and one from the neck down. And the Amalekite got the one from the waist, the neck down. And so, Scott Adams, he's the one that got from the waist down, I believe. And the Tiny Top, he got the one from the neck down. He was paralyzed from the neck down, and that show you that the Lord has a sense of humor. So real quick, I want to say fair use, fair use. Of course, my video is not monetized, only for literary commentary and educational purposes. So with that, fair use, fair use. I want you to see what Amazing Lucas is saying, because he was wearing them out, So I'm just bringing out a few precepts, and Lord willing is edifying again.
That hey, there were good slaveholders. You have to understand, there were probably good slaveholders who treated their slaves well.
There were undoubtedly many nice slaveholders in the South. This is not meant facetiously, again. It's meant literally.
Come on.
So, 1 second. You heard out his own mouth, man. This is a goddamn devil, man. He said that there were good slave owners, more. All right. He said it was more good slave owners, okay, in the South, and that was just flat out a lie, man. And we all know it, okay? So this is the book of Psalms 73 and 8 on the AMP. It says, "They mock and wickedly speak of oppression. They speak loftily," which is what? You see, it says they speak loftily with malice, okay? Because for him to say what he said, that there was many good slave owners in the South, when you speak about slavery in America, it's always to dismiss it and downplay it, because they know that one of the greatest sins of America is that it enslaved the true Israelites, which are the so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native American people. And so what they've done is they've gotten rid of old textbooks. They try to diminish it in every way they can and try to hide that it was, ever a part of this, society, when we know it's the very reason why America got built up. See? Because why? The shameful spewing is on their glory, man. Like it says in the book of Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, man. So again, it says, "They mock and wickedly speak of oppression. They speak loftily with malice." Okay, and you know what malice means, right? If you don't, we can look it up real quick. Okay, let's define malice. It says malice, the intention or desire to do evil, ill will, right? And what the scripture say? That love worketh no. Let me get that real quick. Romans 13, right? This is the book of Romans chapter 13 and verse 10. It says, "Love worketh no ill to his neighbor." See? So if they had love for, Jake, in this particular, they was talking shit and mocking, the tribe of Judah, the so-called blacks, or the so-called African Americans, so many bywords and stuff they call our people. But yeah, man, they they basically, didn't show, none of the tribes any love, and The history, shows it. This is why they try to, avoid, conversations about history again, man. Because all the ill they've dealt to Jake, okay, it's all out there, man. Okay, this is why they want to shut down the the different things about slavery because of the truth. See, the truth, like she would say, the truth that had been so long without fruit should be declared. All right, and it speaks about how faith is going to flourish, meaning the faith of us Israelites in our power. Okay, and so what happened was the truth went out, and then what happened? A part of the truth is you got to go into some history, and the history shows that we're the Israelites because from the tribe of Judah on down to so-called blacks, on down to the so-called Mexicans, it shows that we the Israelites through biblical prophecy, man. And what's the problem is that they can't stand that we know the truth and we push the truth. Okay, but this is of the Lord. This is the Lord's doing, man. This is the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man, to bring out the receipts, okay, of the things that you've done to our people, man, from Judah on down. All right, which are the so-called blacks and the so-called Mexicans again. Okay, and you can't stand, for the heat be on your ass. But the heat is on your ass, Esau. You can't wiggle out of it, man. All right, so love working no ill to his neighbor. And you remember that the Edomites, they're the only neighbor of us Israelites, meaning neighboring country or neighboring people, that was not promised any mercy from the Most High. All right, when you go into the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, it tells you that, man. Okay? So the Lord ain't going to show them no mercy, man, because they ain't show us no mercy. Oh, Isaiah 47, it says what? Let me get that real quick. Isaiah 47, it says this. Excuse me, in verse 6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And you see the slave movies, you go into the slave articles and history, pieces. It shows you that, man. They would put Jake out in the field as a little toddler, man. So much as a kindergartner, man, or preschool age, man. Okay? And even to this very day, man, even the old. They didn't care if you was old back then or now. Okay? Older Jakes now gotta work, man. Okay? They gotta come out of retirement and work. These people are well above, retirement age. And they have to work, because of your oppression. Okay? So that's another form of you laying that yoke very heavy upon us, man. Okay? And the Lord's going to repay you. He's going to repay you for that, man. All right, let's go real quick. Fact. Because, the fact that they was paralyzed, man, was just hilarious. And that, I got to say, man, that proves the Most High have a sense of humor, man. They talk shit against Jake. Again, my opening scripture was what? The book of Exodus, the chapter 11 and verse 7. All right? Matter of fact, I'll read it again just to show you, man. Because they, like I said, they were paralyzed, both of these individuals. One from the waist down, one from the neck down, Exodus 11 and 7. I almost said Alexa. Exodus 11 and 7, it says, but against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue. And against man or beast, man. It's simple, man. Talking shit, the Lord judged them. Boom, just like that. And guess what? That ain't the rest of their judgment. So the rest of your judgment won't be in the kingdom, man. And the Lord might leave them alive on this side just to, leave them in the fucking famine. Or civil war, break out, civil unrest. Or just sit in that goddamn wheelchair, paralyzed, can't walk. One of them can't even move his fucking arms. And see the missiles coming and be destroyed. And then come back in the kingdom as a slave, serving your 1,000 years of slavery. Which would be hilarious, man. Fucking hilarious. Okay? And Lord willing that happen. Goddamn bastards. All right, Isaiah 54 and 17. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, which are the prophets and teachers. on down, man. Help, all that. It says, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. Right. So, hey, no weapon formed against us is going to prosper, man. And this is why we're able to, do video epistles and go into these things, man, because the Lord is showing us favor, man. Okay? And that's a beautiful thing. Even on this low level or lower state, the Lord is showing us favor because, they was talking shit against Jake in the world, or just Jake in general, I would say that, the Southern Kingdom, in particular Judah. But guess what? The Lord made them to suffer for it, even on this side. So, and we know they're going to suffer in the kingdom. So, hey, just to see on this side is even more beautiful because it's a preview to things. It's a preview for things to come. And so we looking forward to that. All right, putting oppression on you, Edomites, man. That's gonna be funny as hell, man. Watch you suffer while we kick back and enjoy the fruits of our labor, man. Okay, this is the book of Psalms 59, and let's see. Yeah, let's go here. Psalms 59 and verse 5. It says, "Thou therefore, O Yahweh, power of hosts, the power of Israel, awake to visit all the heathen." Yeah, who's the top heathen right now? The Edomites. It says, "Be not merciful to any wicked transgressors." It says they return. That's it. Basically, awake and return. Basically awake and punish them, man. Because why? The heathen, they still hissing and wagging the head at us, man. Okay, let's jump down to verse 7. It says, "Behold, they belch out with their mouth." Yeah, they basically talking shit, man. Look at verse 7 on the AMP. It says, "Look how they belch out insults with their mouths," like these devils talking. Like this Amalekite, he talking shit against Jake, but as soon as he says something about this goddamn Amalekite, you're anti-Sim. See the hypocrisy. But so man, look, man. But it is what it is. This is their moment they living out, because all it is the fucking moment. It says, "Look how they belch out insults with their mouths. Swords of sarcasm, ridicule, slander, and lies are in their lips. For they say, who hears us?" Right. This is what these devils be, when they be talking shit against us, from Judah on down to Issachar, the so-called Negroes down to the so-called Mexicans. They talk their shit, man. And like the Lord don't hear. The Lord hear everything. He hears and sees everything. Better believe that, man. Verse 8 on the AMP says, "But you, O Lord, will laugh at them in scorn. You scoff at and deride all the nations." Right, you're going to have, the Lord going to have all you heathen in derision, meaning confusion. Excuse me. Okay? And I can't wait, because the fall of our enemies is at hand. Okay, let's get the book of, excuse me, the book of Sirach 25, right? Sirach 25 and 7, one of my favorite scriptures. "There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that had joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy." Right. And we rejoicing right now. We laughing at your ass because you don't know your kingdom going down. You think, like it says in Psalms 49 and 11, you think your kingdom going to continue forever. But we see your end. Through the Spirit, we can see your end, man. Why? Because the prophetic signs that the Lord, gave to us to understand what time we're living in. Okay? So we're able to discern the times, man. Okay? That's how we know you're going down, you saw. You get ready to, to be, put down, It says, the book of Luke, chapter 6 and verse 25, it says, "Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger," right? And you might have to live deliciously, man. All right, along with the rest of you heathen. But who's in rulership? The Edomite. So you live very deliciously, and been in comfort for a long time. But now the Lord make you uncomfortable. That's why your people suffering, crying, complaining on the internet about their jobs, being shut down and them living in cars. A lot of them deleting themselves, which is funny in itself. Jake catching hell, but Jake still trying to push. But you Edomites so fucking weak-minded. They definitely ain't spiritual. Just deleting yourself. That's fucking hilarious, man, to me. Okay? It says, woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep. Okay? You're going to mourn and weep. All right? And we're going to watch you mourn and weep. Especially fucking Edomites, man. I can't wait to get you pale flesh, red, man, I don't know what to call you. Pigskin looking people. Can't wait to see you mourning and begging for mercy in the kingdom, man. Because we're going to laugh then. Okay? Matter of fact, I think it's the same chapter, man. All right, let me see. Let me get it real quick. Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to close. Let's do this precept real quick. Yeah. Okay, same chapter. Let's go up to verse 21. Luke 6:21 says, blessed are ye that hunger now, for ye shall be filled. And that's us. That's us Israelites, man. All right, blessed are ye that weep now, for ye shall laugh. Right. See, we're in mourning right now, but the Lord going to turn our mourning into joy. Then we're going to laugh, man. We're going to laugh at you heathen. Starving you Edomites, man. We're going to rejoice over you, man. It's going to be a good old time in the kingdom. Watch your ass suffer, man. And this is what we looking forward to, man. And Lord willing, this is the year, man. We're very close at it, man. All right, as far as the kingdom. Okay, so with that, all praise and glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Again, shalom to the Lord's elect. And Lord willing, I'll see you in the next video. Till next time, shalom.